What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Sista Gurl on Films, and I'm coming back with another movie review. So today I will be reviewing It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, the movie about our wonderful Mr. Fred Rogers. So if you're interested in checking out my review for this touching movie, then stay right there and we're going to get right into this review. So enough of all that, let's get right to it. Let's go. Won't you rub your fingers down my spine? Girl, you look mighty fine. Won't you rub your fingers down my spine? So, A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood stars the incomparable Tom Hanks as our beloved Mr. Fred Rogers. Let me just tell y'all, Tom Hanks gave us a master class in acting in this movie, okay? Like, when I watched the movie trailer, I was blown away by just the clips that they gave us of him as Mr. Rogers. But to see it on the big screen and just how the production value of this film looked, oh my God. It really moved me to tears, like right out the gate. Just because the opening credits was retro Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood opening scene. And it just took me back to my childhood and just a simpler time, if you will. But it really did make me emotional just because it just took me to my happy place. And so it was happy tears. And so the movie is essentially about Lloyd Voigt, who is assigned the task of interviewing Mr. Rogers for Esquire magazine. And Lloyd is very much a sourpuss. He is not a very likable person. So the film really follows his transition from being a very cantankerous man to being somebody who has really gone through serious growth just in his short time that he got to spend with Mr. Rogers. And so what I really liked about this film is obviously Tom Hanks' performance, who is, if he is not nominated for Best Actor in a Drama, I'm gonna fight somebody at this point. Like, somebody at the Academy is gonna have to run this fade. I'm just saying, because he gave us a master class in acting, period. And right now, in the running for Best Actor in a Drama, it's obviously gonna have to be Joaquin Phoenix, Tom Hanks, and that's the two I got so far, y'all. Y'all, I completely forgot about Robert Pattinson and William Dafoe. They killed their performance in The Lighthouse. So they will definitely both be nominated for somebody's Academy Award for their acting in that film. This movie, the cinematography was amazing. Like, the set pieces looked really good and was giving you some old school 90s vibes, early 2000s. But what really did it for me were like the transitional scenes. They were set up in like miniature towns, just like in Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, the TV show. And it blew me away that they stayed so consistent with that theme. There were moments when Tom Hanks would speak directly to the audience like Mr. Rogers did. And I was just like, y'all, they went 100% in and they were committed. And I thoroughly enjoyed that about this movie. What I didn't like so much was that while I understood that it's not a direct biopic of Mr. Rogers, which I wish it had been at this point, and it was more about Lloyd and his journey as a man and a father and a son. But when we got to the part about Lloyd and about his family, his issues, y'all, it just took me out the movie and I did not care. I almost fell asleep a couple times on the scenes with him and his family. I just wasn't as invested in him as a character because he wasn't very likable. And I just really wanted Tom Hanks right back on the screen as Mr. Rogers because he was doing such a phenomenal job. That honestly is like the only issue that I really had with this film. I really enjoyed it and it just really touched me in an emotional place, but in a good way. I saw a review where somebody said that it restored their faith in humanity. I ain't gonna go that far, y'all, because we way past that at this point. And I hate to say it, but I don't think a Mr. Rogers would be successful in today's market, in our cancel culture. because he was such a peaceful, loving man and loved children so much that, you know, somebody would have to try to villainize him in some type of way and try to come up with some type of scandal. So I think our beloved Mr. Rogers was in the right time period, and I think that his presence is definitely missed. And I would love it if somebody with genuine great intent would take on the helm and be their own version of Mr. Rogers, because the upcoming generations definitely would need that. But this, y'all, this movie was excellent, and because of that, I have to give this the Sista Gurl rating of must see. It is definitely a family movie. Take your family, go with your friends. It is going to be nostalgic as hell. It'll bring back all the feels from your childhood. And like I said, Tom Hanks acted his ass off, and it was down to the smallest movements that you can tell he just studied Fred Rogers for months and months, because it was damn near a perfect performance. So go check out A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. It is definitely a must-see, and y'all mark my words, it is going to be nominated for a lot of Academy Awards in this upcoming season. So let me know in the comments below if you plan to go check this one out. And as always, like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'm going to see y'all next time for something else. Thank you so much for your support, and I'm going to see y'all next time. Holla!